Okay, you guys, so let's go ahead and get started drawing this elephant for ourselves, okay? The way that we're going to begin is with a nice big circle in the middle of our papers. Nice and big. Remember, bigger is better when we're drawing. It gives us more room for detail, and people generally like to look at things when they can see them better, right? Now, don't worry whether or not your circle is perfect. See how mine is a little wonky over here? That won't really matter in your finished product, and you'll see why here soon enough. Okay? What we're going to do next is we're going to draw a circle for the head. It's going to go over here. So let's imagine that I've got a line through the middle of the circle telling me where the center is. Right up above center is where we're going to be placing this head for our elephant, right about here. It's a circle. Now, I know there's more to an elephant's head than just a circle, but we have to start right there. Okay, we're thinking in terms of shapes right now. So we have our large circle for the body, and we have our, I guess we could call it a medium circle for our elephant's head. Now, let's take a look at this circle. If we were to cut this in half, put little marks there. The reason we're doing that is we want to know where we should begin making our elephant's trunk, and it's going to start right about here. So imagine you're just drawing along your circle's edge here, and when you get to this spot, you're going to come off of your circle and you're going to dip down and make a curved line and then come back up like this. Okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to imagine where the center of our medium circle is vertically. So where's the vertical center? Right there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to draw another line for the trunk. It's going to be the bottom of the trunk. Whenever we're trying to make our drawings look three-dimensional, we have to have two lines to show that our object has some thickness or width to it. So in between this point and this point is where we're going to go with our second line. I'm going to start my trunk right about here. So I'm going to follow the curvature of this first curved line. As my two lines get to the top, they want to be closer together than they are at the beginning. So they're wide here and they're a little closer here. I'm not in love with this right here. I feel like this distance is a little too close. So I'm going to erase that. I'm going to try that line again. I think I can do better. So if you make a mistake at home, you know, go ahead and erase it and give it a try. Your artwork is only done when you're happy with it. So here I'm going to go again. I'm going to follow the curvature, but I want to keep a little bit of more distance between these two lines until I get a little closer to the top. I think I got it. Now at the tippy top, I'm just going to come in here and connect the two tippy tops with a curved line. A little small curved line will do the job there. Alrighty. Our elephant needs an ear, it needs an eye. We're going to be giving it a mouth. But before we get into that sort of detail, what we're going to do is we're going to connect these two circles so that we're looking at our elephant as a one solid shape rather than two separate circles. So we're going to give our elephant a neck, and that's what's going to do that for us. So right here at this mark that we made when we were finding the center of this circle, we're going to draw a curved line connecting these two circles. And I know you've all seen an elephant before, at least in pictures, so you know what they look like. So rely on some of that background knowledge that you already have about how elephants look, and imagine how this neck should look on your paper. How should it feel when you look at it? We're going to continue this curved line, and this time we're going to bring it down. We're making our elephant's feet now. Okay, and use your best judgment knowing when to stop, like how long should the feet be. I'm going to stop right about there. Now I'm going to come up to the top of this large circle that we used for our elephant's body, and I'm going to roll my line back along the line that I already have there. I'm going to come off of my circle right about here, and I'm going to go straight down, making a parallel line. That means that these two lines are following the same path. but they're not going to touch. At the bottom of this line, I'm going to add a horizontal line for the bottom of my elephant's feet here. And then these lines come up to the bottom of the circle. Now the bottom of the circle is our elephant's tummy. Do you guys see that? We do have some erasing to do. Don't worry, we'll come back and do all of our erasing at the same time. So for now, we're just going to leave our guidelines right where they are, because we might need them again. Who knows? Now at the back here, we're going to be drawing our elephant's tail. Okay, see over here how we used curved lines and they tapered. That's when they get closer together as they approach one end, and on the other end they get further apart. Okay, so that means that our lines are wide and on one end and more narrow on the other. That distance between their changes. We're going to do tapered lines on this side too. Then they're also curved. So our elephant's tail is going to roll off of the hind end and it's going to curve like this. Remember, we need two lines to make it look three-dimensional. And at the starting point, they're going to be wider apart, and then they follow the same path like parallel lines, but these are tapered lines, so as they approach the end, they need to come together like so. And then we're going to draw the tip of the tail. So we're going to start with a little curved line like this. It's like a parenthesis. And on the other side, we're going to do a little wavy line so that our two tips can come together. You guys got that? Now, on the top of our elephant's head, we're going to begin his really large ear. I could start right here in the center, but I want his ear to be a little bit in the front, a little bit of his head. So I'm just going to scoot over a little bit. This is where my elephant's ear is going to begin. Anywhere on the top of the head would be good. I'm going to go up a little bit, and then as I'm making this circular shape for his ear, I'm going to make my line a bit more wavy and wobbly, maybe even jagged, and then I'm just going to pull it up into the head toward the top where the ear began, because this is the part that's attached to the elephant's head, and then the rest of this is all floppy like a dog's ear. Okay, I think we've reached a good point now to go in and do some erasing, and I'm going to begin inside of my elephant's ear. Okay, inside of this wavy, jagged, bumpy looking line that I used. Do you guys know why I used a different kind of line for the ear? I wanted to show that it had some texture to it. I wanted people to think about movement when they were looking at it, like that ear the elephant uses a lot, right? It flops it around. Like if bugs are landing on it, it will flop them away with its ear. I wonder if they talk with their ears. Do you guys know a whole lot about elephants? I'm getting a little curious about them now that I'm talking about them. Okay, so we erase all of those other lines that were behind this ear. Our ear is overlapping the head, it's overlapping the body, so we don't need to see those bits of information in there anymore. The next thing we're going to do is erase this line that separates the circular part of the head from the trunk. That's right here. We don't need that line anymore either. We'll just scoot that right out of there. Very good. Okay. Now, do you see this circle here for the body? Right here, we don't need that little bit of the line. We can get rid of that. That circle part. We need to keep this curved line that we made for the neck. We have to keep that and make sure that our ear stays intact. Okay. Now, this line here, the circle that's cutting through these legs that are close to us, we need to erase that because they're not overlapping each other. They're on the same plane. We need to get rid of that line. Okay, now the two legs that are on the other side of our elephant, on the side farthest away from us, we haven't added those yet. They're going to go into this space in here, and we're not going to see all of them. So we're just going to come over just a little bit we're going to leave the tummy line there, okay, because these legs are being overlapped. And they're further away, so they don't come down as far because they're going to appear shorter to us. They're going to look as if they're shorter because they're farther away, like that. Okay, do you guys all have that? All right, very good. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to venture into some of the details. Our elephant needs an eye. It goes right about here. You guys feel free to draw whatever style of eye that you are comfortable drawing that you think would make your elephant look really cute. Okay, whatever kind of fun eyes you want to do. Or just a circle or a dot like me. Whatever you like will work. Okay. Now, all along the trunk here, we can draw some little soft little short curved lines. This implies that the elephant's trunk is flexible. These little lines add some detail, information, and so when people are looking at your drawing, they go, oh yes, that trunk looks flexible. Just by adding these little lines there, you're conveying, you're communicating information to your viewers. Okay, we're going to give our elephant a little mouth right here. So this line right here becomes your elephant's bottom lip, like that. So you can follow the line up and give him a smile. He's super happy, or she. Okay. Let's go down here to the feet. We often see little toenails on elephants' feet. In the front, we're looking at our, let me back that up before I talk about the front feet. We're looking at our elephant from the side, okay? That's called profile. We only see one of our elephant's eyes because the other eye is way over here on the other side of the elephant's head. We can't see it. That information is true down here for the toenails. So on the side, we don't see the full part of this toenail. We only see part of it, half of it. But beside that, we might see a full toenail there. Okay? And on this leg, way far away, it's being overlapped by the leg closest to us. We don't see any of those toenails. But this one back here, this is the front of this foot, so we will see toenail there. And then we'll see one here, and then a full one right there, because that one's on the side. You guys got it? I'm seeing one more spot that I could erase. This one is not, this one's hit or miss. Sometimes I leave it, sometimes I don't. But where the tail is connecting to the elephant, I feel like I want to erase that line today, so I'm going to take it out. I think I like it better like that. This grid line, I don't need that anymore either. Okay, let's see. I could stop here, or I could continue to add more detail, like in the elephant's ear. Maybe I want to make it look a little floppy. I can drag some soft little lines into the ear to show that it's wrinkly and floppy. Do you guys know those lines I'm talking about on an elephant? They're like elephant wrinkles. Why are elephants so wrinkly? Do you guys know? So curious. Okay, let's draw some little wrinkly lines down here too. Why not? Maybe some up here. Saggy skin. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Alright, so when you're all done with this, the next step is to add some color. Now, I know your first question is going to be, but how do I make gray? I don't have a gray colored pencil. Well, you know the regular pencil that you're drawing with is gray, right? So this is your pencil for coloring right here. So you can come in here and just add a little bit of shading. Wherever you feel like adding some color, you can come in here and add some gray with your pencil. How about that? Now, who says that elephants have to be gray? Not me, because you know, art allows us all sorts of freedom to be creative and express ourselves. So whatever color you want to color your elephant will be great. And I was thinking that maybe When you're done, if you feel like you did a really great job, maybe you could ask an adult in your home to take a picture of your artwork. I would love to see it. And you can either put that on our Facebook page for Creative Inspiration Journey School, or we also have a specials page where your specials teachers post to Facebook. So either one of those pages will work. I'd love to see your artwork. All right, thanks for joining me this week. I hope to see you again next Monday with another lesson for you to work on throughout the week. All right, take care.